안녕하십니까.
Hello, everyone.
1500번을 넘어서서
Going beyond
번째
1,500, we have come to 1,591st Cheonshim Special Visual Devotion, and
진심으로
I would like to
감사를 드리고
offer my gratitude
축하를
and
드립니다.
congratulations.
오늘도 전 세계
Throughout the world,
19,220곳에
19,220 places are connected with us.
45,000여
40,
명이
about 45,000 brothers and sisters have gathered their hearts to offer prayer and
오늘
devotion.
특별교구는
From Cheonam Special District,
167명이
167 members have come to the training center to offer prayer and devotion. Cheonsung Church 52, Iksan Church 43. In this order, Korean members are offering prayer and devotion. Myeong Church, it is their 600th vigil, offering prayer and devotion. In Heavenly Japan, Nagano Church, 20 members have gathered. Ikone Church, 12. Yonago Church, 12 members have gathered. And 14,400 places are connected with us through YouTube, and members in Heavenly Japan are parting of Tower of Devotion and their families. Today, throughout the world, Heavenly Africa West Branch, 4th Yongsong Workshop trainees at Cameroon, 56 of them are attending workshop and connected with us to offer prayer and devotion. Heavenly Europe and Middle East, Yongsong 40-day workshop begun. At Moscow, they had the opening ceremony today. And at Cheonshim Special Visual Devotion, they're connected with us to offer prayer and devotion. Truly, Europe, although there are many difficulties and hardships that Europe and Middle East facing, our members and branch leaders leader is moving around Heavenly Europe and Middle East to work, and we witnessed through the video of Turkey the first half, and after Turkey going through Albania, they went into Moscow to begin a 40-day workshop. Truly, Moscow workshop will become victorious. Why don't we give them a big round of applause of encouragement? Heavenly USA Cheonshim Won and members throughout the world have gathered their hearts to offer prayer and devotion. I would like to say thank you. From Heavenly Japan, last Friday, a member attended Cheonshim Won Visual Devotion. Our sister named Sugiyama Miyako, 360,000 blessed couple. She sent us a testimony. Not long ago, President Lee Ki-sung told us that we must share the grace if we receive grace. So I attended 1,586 Cheonshim Won Special Visual Devotion, and I would like to share the grace I have received. At 1,586, President Lee Ki-sung told us that once you overcome the wall that seems impossible to go over, Satan will go away. And the course of victory that I knew was exactly like this. Truly, there was a principle and laws and orders. The course that I've been experiencing a long time, I was able to realize what I have felt through words. Although I am embarrassing, I've been avoiding vigil and attending only the second half of the vigil to offer prayers with an excuse of saying that I am busy. While amongst the Church Father's message, if you offer prayer and attend last part of vigil to offer prayer, aren't there too many walls to overcome? So, from those words, I repented and I put myself into action. and I started attending vigil from first half until the end. After making 21-day victory, I received this grace. After vigil ended, until the morning I couldn't sleep. So I went out for the fundraising, and there were times when I nosebleed, and even my family told me to stop what I'm doing. However, when my mother is in difficulties and hardship, I persuaded my family that I cannot just rest, knowing my mother isn't there, and I am continuing, although I am lacking in many ways, up until now throughout my life. I always ask myself, how can I bring joy back to Heavenly Parents? From moving forward through Cheonshim Won special virgin devotion, I would like to accomplish higher level of life of faith. Although my devotion may be small, members around the world, I will offer this devotion with members and brothers and sisters around the world. We will protect our mother, and for the victory of heavenly providence, I will invest myself. Truly, thank you. Our sister sent us the following message. The fact that we're attending Cheonshim Won special virgin devotion is not an easy thing. It requires time and effort for you to put in, but the more effort and the more difficult it is for you to offer, it'll be registered and vividly registered in the spiritual world. And once you overcome that, you'll be able to feel Satan leaving you in your body. In front of the detention center, whether it's Sunday or Saturday, there are members who are accumulating devotion, and one of them is Song In-young Ansan Grand Church pastor. He sent me the following message. It's been 274 since True Mother has been walking the course of suffering. We truly pray and offer devotion for True Mother's recovery of health, release and liberated as innocent, and return to Cheonjong. We offer our devotion. Today, Kwanak Church, Gure Church, Ansan Church have gathered our hearts as one to attend Cheonshim Won special vigil devotion. Today, at 1591st Cheonshim Won special vigil devotion, we truly hope for the victory of epic history of Chosun people of Korea education, and also we truly hope for True Mother's return to Cheonjong as soon as possible to be accomplished. With that conviction, we will offer our earnest prayer and devotion. Outside, they're offering prayer and devotion right now. Why don't we give a big round of applause of gratitude for their effort? And now we have long-term workshop trainees, those who are staying more than 40 days at the training center. We have 447 members attending at the vigil. As we continue to offer and reach up to the 1,591st, and since last week, we have reached 1,735th Cheonshim Hyojong Cheonshim Special Workshop. So as a result, in the last weekend workshop, we had much more members than usual. 17,655 members have registered. You may think and wonder that many people should have finished the ancestors' blessing ceremony, but 2,355 members have attended for the blessing ceremony for the ancestors, and amongst them, 1,605 members were blessing ceremony for the ancestor, and rest or the blessing ceremony for the century of the spirit, liberated century of the spirit. And 1,494 families have registered for ancestor liberation. Such grace was bestowed upon last week through the vigil through the devotion that is accumulated from the vigil. Such results has occurred at the weekend workshop. We also had a workshop for the starting of a family for the spiritual and physical world families.
중심령 회원은
14,801 members registered for the Century of Spirit Liberation. And so the Century of Spirits, their doors to go into heaven has been opened. Such grace was filled in the workshop. Although we may be in difficult time, with absolute faith, absolute love, and absolute obedience, we will attend to parents, and gradually we will move forward with greater energy, greater strength, greater in numbers. Today, our brother Kwon Tae-bin truly shared such a precious testimony. During the Japanese, as he listened to a history class about Japanese colonial, he was an elementary student, and he without his intention, his mother has revealed as Japanese, and his friends started to bully him, and he faced such difficulties through his young life. I hope such things is not happening nowadays. There are many multicultural families, and once someone do this kind of act, our blessed families will not stay still. And the society atmosphere also does not like discrimination, especially when you talk about something that discriminates multicultural family. There will be a great issue. That's how Korean society is getting better and better. In that background, our members abroad truly walked the course of hardship, offered devotion, and fought back and set the standard or foundation of victory. Because of that, we are looking at a better world in Korea. In Ulsan Church, because there were some multicultural family, he was able to live better. But as he joined the military, he hid himself that he is a unification church, but through the debating about whether God exists or not, he called God as Heavenly Parent. Because of that, he was revealed as a unification church, and that was actually a fortunate blessing. If we didn't mention about it a single thing, he would have been accused when he was sent to the spirit world. But because he was revealed as unification church, people started to look at him differently. Although they looked at him strangely at first, but eventually he received apology. That's how he was able to live a proud life in the military. Our second generation, those who are about to attend, at least you should attend 40-day workshop before you go. Attend Youngsung workshop, and as you live in the military service, I hope you proudly proclaim yourself that you're a Unification Church member and live in the military service. You will do more in order to become a model figure, and offer more devotion, and you will show others that, Unification Church member is truly someone who diligently offers devotion, who is truly a patriot. So as our brother lived in the military service, although his people around him looked at him strangely, but eventually people apologized to him that. So he made a victory through military service.
그렇지만 군대 제대하고 신앙에 고민이 있었을 때 7차 영성 수련에 참여하게 되었습니다.
After he was discharged, when he had a doubt about his faith, he eventually joined the 7th Youngsung workshop. I believe probably his mother's faith, the strong faith, have led our brother to the Youngsung workshop, but it wasn't no easy workshop. In the military at night, everyone will eventually sleep. But here in the Youngsung workshop, even at 12, you cannot sleep. Even you must sleep after 1 o'clock. So in a way, Youngsung workshop is much more difficult compared to military life. So he received a phone call from his mother, and he heard a story about how his mother was confined and kidnapped, and he shed tears until his pants has been soaked in his tears, and even resented the heaven. But eventually he repented. He attended workshop diligently, and afterwards he went to Cheongpa-dong Church and lived as a volunteer to witness. He also joined CLA, a Cheonrigo Leadership Academy, which is to raise the leaders of Cheonrigo. He began, and with that training, he joined. He went back to school, but because schoolwork and the work that he had as a public official, he got tired and he realized that I couldn't live like this, so he eventually attended fifth attendance workshop. To our second generation, the reason why we have hope in them is because they realize that I cannot live like this. In the past, people tends to have sickness or something negative that occurs that could make them to stop what they were doing. But nowadays, our second generation tends to reflect their own heart, and they realize themselves that, oh, I am lacking. This is not how I should live, and they eventually come with their own resolution. It is truly a precious workshop for our members. As we live our lives, the most important homework that we must accomplish is to complete our spiritual body. Eventually, our physical body will go back to Mother Earth, but our spiritual body eventually must reach divine spirit, and in that process, at what point would my spirit become formation spirit or growth spirit or divine spirit? Through a divine principle, you have been educated well about the spiritual body, right? No one is answering. Have you all received the education? In order to form your spirit well, you must live a life of way. You must follow the laws and principles. Even if you die and become a spirit, when you align with the nature, principle and law, your body will become as human beings to come down. You know, in the old stories, in Korean stories, there's Korean old folk tales, ghost spirits in white, whether it's grandfather or grandmother, will come down and tell you the wisdom to heal your body or or find something or help you to earn money, etc. So even a good ancestor might come in white spirit. And spiritually, there might be someone who has a shape of cow, who has shape of pig, who has shape of snake. Those who shape like snake, they wander around in the physical world, and he would find someone whom he can resonate with, and he will work. In snakes, cows and pigs, they are sacred snakes, sacred cows. So amongst all things that will come down and work through that thing, whether it could be animal. From Buddhist point of view, you might think that, oh, he died and he had been revived as a cow, as a snake. And there's a TV show, and in that show it talks about how cow creates the drum that Buddhists would click or hit. So people heard a sound of Buddha hitting their drum or something. I forgot the name that it's called. And they tried to find the source. Eventually, they found it from a place where cow was staying, and they realized the cow was making this sound. And in order to liberate the spirit, Buddhist monk came, and they started reading their words, saying that, oh, please be liberated. And that cow make the sound and the rhythm as the Buddhist monk made. So we all the members must realize that I should live like this and attend church diligently. Because we feel like this is not good, your novice not should be like this, you start swearing. Did Jesus say, my people, my people? No, he didn't say that. Jesus said that you children of snake, children of Satan. How would you be able to avoid yourself from the anger? There are many times when people would curse at each other or swear at each other, calling each other in the name of animal. So you must realize how your spiritual body is. Whether your spiritual body is spiritual body has a form of human, a form of cow, form of a snake, or you could be half human being and half animal. Your top might be a cow and bottom. Your legs might be humans, and vice versa. In the Egypt, there is a sphinx, and next to it, there's a chimera-like type, where face is human beings, but its body is tiger. That's like the sphinx. So you must realize that your life shouldn't be like this. So faith is about fulfilling the principle. If you don't follow the principle, follow the law, that you cannot become a human being. The fact that creating your spiritual body, completing your spiritual body, those who complete their spiritual body are the ones who live within the principle, within the law. Without principle, without the law, you're basically losing the love of God. Then you're living without love of God. So once you go away from the principle, which is the love of God, you're putting yourself in a position you're not receiving love of God. So you must stay at a position where you can receive God's love. If you live in your fallen nature, then you're a dead person. That person, Jesus said, let the dead person take care of dead people. Let the dead people take care of that person. Just follow me. That's what Jesus said. And through your dream, through your prayers, through your revelation, you must realize that you're not in the realm of God's love. You must put everything, all your effort to it. You're putting all the effort to get away from the Satan's hand and trying to enter the realm of God's love. So all of us must reach divine love, a divine spirit, and that the ones with the divine spirit, they are the ones who have formed the temple of God within themselves. Who is inside you? Is the evil spirit filling your heart? There are people like that, right? In the graveside, there was a young man who had 2,000 soldiers embedded within his body, creating problems as people passed by him. And there's a story about how in the Bible, how this person Jesus sent him to send all the spirits to the pig, which pig eventually fell down the river to die. So imagine if you have a century of a spirit inside you, like 10, 20. There's no room for heavenly parents to enter. There's no room for true parents to enter. Even though you live your life, even though you live entire life with life of faith, but if you have still empty heart, if you don't have joy, you must realize whether it's okay with your life or not. You must check yourself, check your heart. But our Young Academy trainees, they realize that I shouldn't live like this. I think such song should have come out too. I shouldn't be like this. We only sung about I love you with my life, but we should be able to shout out that I shouldn't be like this. I should live better. So after attending the 5th attendance workshop, he began Youngsung Academy. And his internal goal was, how can I attend to mother? As he volunteered at the attended cafe, even he creates one cup of coffee, one piece of bread. He didn't think about giving them to the customers, but with the heart of attending true mother, he made coffee and bread. So people who ate wants to come back again and again.
이게 성공의 공식이라고
This
말씀하셨어요.
is a principle of to the success in the parents' words.
비밀로 간직해 온 것이 있다.
There's a secret that I've been keeping to myself.
비밀이 있다.
There's a secret to success, and what is that success?
사람을 어떻게 섬길 것인가.
How you're going to attend other
이
people.
사람은 지금
So our brother
권태빈
Kontebin, he have reached a great level.
도중에 제일 큰 도를 통해
He have found the greatest teaching of true parents. If you live certain way, no matter what he do, he'll be successful.
할렐루야.
If we live that way, attending other people.
이 사람이 우리 주방팀에 일을 해도 성공할
If
거예요.
even if he works in the kitchen staff as a kitchen staff, he will succeed. Why? Because he will have the heart. He will work with the heart that he's attending true mother. You know, working at a kitchen staff, it's not an easy. You know how heavy it is to carry 50 people worth of rice cooker? In order to create 2,000 people's meal, how many times does that person have to carry? He have to create 40 bowl of rice, 40 rice cookers. So if you become angry, if you use negative emotions in your work, then he or she will hurt himself or herself very quickly. Wow, 2,000 people came. We must have more people. We must have 5,000 so that I can create 100. I must create 100. Sir. Anyways, 100 bowls of rice. So if you live attending with the heart of attending true mother, you'll be more happy to see 10,000 people coming, even though you work as a kitchen staff. So when we began Cheonshim Won visual devotion, it was difficult to go over 10 people, even though we reached 400. But through the dream, it was very difficult to find our own shoes to go out. Someone had that dream that it was difficult to find shoes because there were so many people feeling the vision. And now we're at the Cheonshim Won Palace main hall, the Heavenly Palace main hall. We are offering devotion. Somebody dreamed that, and soon after, somebody dreamed about how we offer Cheonshim Won visual devotion at the World Center. And those who think about the will, Heavenly Parents' will, they will say, "Oh, that's an amazing dream." But for those who are working, they would say that, "Oh, if we have small number, it will be easy to manage and easy to earn money. But if we have a lot of money, it's just hard work." What would happen if it's like that? If our training center becomes like that, we will perish. So those who are working, you must have the parental heart to work. Aju, or parents cook food for children. Is there any parent who say that, "Oh, I'm tired, I'm not going to cook for you"? They will, from Monday to Sunday, every single day, parents will cook for their children. Director Kim Jong-jin's mother, right now she's very old. His father is about 95, 96, and even now, his mother still make food for his father. Without parental heart, you wouldn't be making food every day like this. But because she is about 96, she's still cooking food for her husband, and they're still healthy. Truly, I believe the husband met wife very well, who still cooks in mid-90s. So Director Kim Jong doesn't really worry about his parents. Why? Because his parents are healthy. When children are sick, his mother would scold them. So with the heart that I shouldn't be like this, I hope you remember this phrase. Our brother Kim Won-woo, truly, this brother had a hardship, but heaven loved him I believe because heaven loved him, he faced all those trials during his puberty.
마음이 힘들어가지고
He had a difficult with his heart, and he said that he had a heart that I should live like this. So he offered 5,000 vows as a devotion. He went to district workshop,
학생이 대성
and then middle school he cried, wailed. You know, when you see middle school students,
동안화하고 이래서는 안 됩니다.
you shouldn't just try to make them fun, but we should really let them learn deeply about divine principle. But he had a spiritual problem where his head spin, and when he came to some university language school, he became a crazy person. From 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. he tried to eat food, but he couldn't eat a single spoon. In Japanese office, from Japanese office to Cheonshim Won, it took 1 hour for him to go. And I saw him, and truly, this happens when spirit is attached to a person. That's what I witnessed. But as mother said, through ancestor liberation and blessing, after finishing that, and as he walked as he started to walk step by step, he attended 40-day worship 16 times. Truly, he's been here for a long time. And now he became someone who can run up to the tree of blessing. He graduated Sunmun University, theology major. He attended 8th attendance workshop, and he realized the importance of full investment, and he is truly practicing and putting himself into practice. In a bathroom, as he cleaned the bath, and I don't know who told him to do it. I don't think I was the one who said that, but somebody directed him to wash it with bare hands. At first he said, I cannot do it, but he took up a courage and did it, and he was able to feel Heavenly Parent's love. And he realized that Heavenly Parent, he doesn't deny the filthiest part of human beings. He still loves human beings. That is the greatest realization one can receive. Just like how one great monk, there's a history where he drank water out of skull, that person's skull. Anyway, so our brother received great realization. A brother, true mother, thinking of parents, and bless them, saying that let your son come here to work at the trade center, and her son began working as a cleaning, and that mother came to me and scolded me. Do you think my son came here to clean? And I told her, yes, he is a great person, but there's no way I could send him in. And when I tried to make him as a security, the mother would come again, told me, my son has a greater worth than security guard. So eventually he went into cyber trade center. But you must realize that even cleaning the bathroom, that itself is a training. That is a practice. In walking the mother's path, that itself is a training. As I walked the mother's path, I took a broom. It was raining in the past few days, and there were a lot of rocks. And it was really difficult to walk. So using the broom, I cleaned the place. So my brothers and sisters, do not think that because a person is clean, he or she is in the lowest place. Think of it as a practice. Do not complain even if you're cooking. You must realize cooking food for others is greatest path for you to become one with true mother. You are walking the path of will. And our brother Himonu, he realized that he didn't finish the century with spirit liberation. He deeply realized this. And If he can complete century of spirit fully, I'm certain he will become someone whom heaven will happy to work through. So the 40th day of the 10th worship, he reached the peak. When he sang the pledge, he couldn't stop himself crying, and he realized that I should do more. He eventually resolved to Youngsung Academy. Now he's in the education team, and he is one of the coordinator who is supporting with the 3-day residence prayer workshop in Korea and fulfilling his responsibility. Whenever you face spiritual experience, if it's liberated easily, they will not reach this standard. You may think that when there's spiritual problem, you want let the spirits leave as soon as possible, right? It'll be amazing if that happens. And there are incidents like that. With one changyang, all the spirits left, and there's a member saying, keep on being grateful, but he or she never came back. Why? He or she doesn't need to come anymore. And those kind of people will come back only when problems occur. So the reason the spiritual problem does not resolve easily is, I believe that it is a blessing that heaven is trying to bestow you with the greatest enlightenment. So I hope you make victory through your prayer and devotion, even in difficult state, to reach that victory with that heart, with the stubborn heart. Soon we will be having 1,600th vigil. If we go over 1,600, I am certain our fortune will change. Heavenly fortune will come down stronger. So now is the time when you truly place Heavenly Parent in your heart so that you can move forward with absolute faith, absolute love, and absolute obedience. For the liberation, release of heavenly kingdom of heaven, a kingdom of heaven on earth and in heaven, we're trying to open the door, and all we gotta do is to have absolute faith, absolute love, absolute obedience towards your parents. The words we have read today, truly serious prayer instills the conviction that God is with you. We read very serious words at Hungnam prison. Communists began dispose of the prisoners, and Father instinctively felt the final moment was drawing near. Father offered truly serious prayer. The guards called out each person one by one and explained that they were being moved to another location. That was their final path. They threw them into a well upside down one by one to kill them. It was Father's turn next. But for heaven's point of view, it was truly an alarming thing, right? So around 2 a.m. that night, due to the all-out attack by the UN forces, Father was able to come out of Hungnam prison alive. That serious prayer and that seriousness of heaven's circumstances, and on top of that, and because of that, able side forces moved, and they were able to liberate our true Father from the Hungnam prison. True Father offered prayer that moved heaven. Now we must be serious. We are serious. Mother, it's been 274th day since walking the path of trial. During this serious moment, even when we attend vigil, when we come to the morning, we feel apologetic towards your parents. Without putting your life at stake, nothing will be resolved. Your Father's serious prayer, at times, he would pray for 17 to 18 hours, and usually she would offer 12 hours of prayer. He said that I was blocked on all sides with no way out. He lived in prison for 6 times. How much he felt that he is blocked. So he had to pray for more than 12 hours, up to 17 to 18 hours. Only then he can see a needle's eye of light. That's how serious our true Father was when offering prayer. And now we must realize how serious we are. how intense we are. The circumstances of heavenly Korea, Japanese churches have been dissolved. The young and weak spirits, they are tested and thrown into trials and fall apart. So you must realize in what level are you praying. When we think about this, when we we must truly offer prayer. People say that because Cheonshim Won vision, my family is not happy. There are contents like that, they're coming into me. But do not think of things from your point of view. You must center yourself from Heavenly Parents' point of view, from parents' point of view, from Holy Mother Han's point of view. You must look at things. Do not put your selfish heart before anything else. Once we have people think about things centering Heavenly Parents, true parents, Holy Mother, only then we can see Kingdom of Heaven. Think about what kind of path true father walked, what kind of path true mother walked. For 53 years, true mother said she could sleep for more than 3 hours. After true father ascended to spirit world, true mother said she had to sleep less without sleeping because I cannot sleep. You heard those words, right? You heard true mother saying that she couldn't sleep without sleeping pills. When she think about a problem, in order for that problem, until that problem is resolved, she cannot sleep. She keeps on thinking and thinking and thinking. That's why she cannot sleep without sleeping pills. That's why she would look at the moon, have a conversation with your father until the sun rises. That desperate, earnest confession that your mother gave us. She gave us all this confession, but even though she asked us to pray, we didn't pray. Even though she told us to become one, we couldn't become one. We didn't become one. True Mother, as she is walking the path of suffering, True Mother told us. True Mother said, because I'm here, members are offering more prayers, right? Members are becoming more one, right? So my brothers and sisters, do not send your life meaningless during this golden age. While True Mother is True Mother is suffering, this is golden age for us. So we must shed tears with True Mother. We must shout out with True Mother. We must call out True Father with True Mother. In the course of Jesus, those who lived the most shining age were those who lived with Jesus for 3 years of his public life. Amongst them, the greatest woman who lived next to Jesus. There was a woman who washed Jesus with oil. Jesus' disciples accused her, but saying that it would have been better if we sold this oil than give it to the poor. But Jesus blessed her. She will receive blessing. She offered devotion. Such devotion has been offered, and when Jesus revived, she was the one who saw the revival of Jesus, and she was the one who sent out the news of revival of Jesus. So during this time, while we are in the difficult place, do not complain because you have certain responsibility. You must be grateful. Oh, I have responsibility in this difficult course. I'm able to offer prayer in this difficult time. I'm able to offer my service during this difficult time. I'm able to attend your mother during this difficult time. If you move forward like this, you receive abundant blessing. Heaven will give you the power in order for heaven to achieve the victory. All the church will collapse, but our family federation, our unification church, will rise high. The path will be opened if we live such a way. In order for that to come, we must set the foundation of devotion. That's why heaven is pushing you to offer devotion, pile up the devotion through resonance prayer. We receive heaven's power. I hope you believe in these words. Because you resonate with Satan's words, our brother couldn't walk even a single step. But after liberating evil spirit, she gained a new heart. And just like that, we must do our best to resonate with heaven. Thank you. Let us offer another big round of applause to President Lee for giving us grace-filled message.